Please feel free. If you didn't already, start immediately. Hi, Najma. You need to unmute because I can't hear you. If you move your mouse in the bottom left-hand corner, there's, there it is.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Isaac, I told you about. Can you hear me? Is my voice?
Yes, I hear perfect.
Okay. I told you about in a clumsy way, about a conflict that touched me deep, and yeah, I just, after telling, I experienced how deep it touched, or that it's really very old childhood, and I also got nightmares this night about seeing people in danger and being unable to do anything, and not finding the right shoes or things to move, or and friends leaving, and yeah, it's just there, and yeah, I'm just out of that for maybe an hour, just sitting a bit. Yeah. And either my stomach or my plexus is very often painful the last 2 weeks.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, in my knowing, and you can read in almost everybody that's had this interest that at some point everything that has been repressed or not allowed or starts to come up.
Mm.
And some call it the dark night of the soul or whatever you want to call it, but it's part of this process. And for me, in the Buddha's life, when that started to happen, he was sitting, and then all these different thought forms and feelings and stuff that hadn't been, you could say, met fully, started to come up. And it was overwhelming him. He was, it felt like he, like in that tradition, they call them asuras or evil spirits or demons and all that. But it's the same thing that you're talking about, just old memories, old information, whatever you want to call it. And at one point, he just put his hand on the earth and he said, "Doesn't matter. I'm not moving."
Mm.
And really, there's that, you know, it's like as awareness, which doesn't move, it's like what gets touched is that sense of me that then, like, because the tendency is that there's these movements to get away from, because that's the way the system has functioned until that point. And so, and in that movement, that sense of I or me arises that feels terrified or overwhelmed or whatever it is. So, that recognition, that awareness is actually untouched, and that whatever this is, it'll pass. And you just put your,
Mm.
you put your hand on the ground and you say, yeah, awareness is my nature, and I'm not moving. I'm not engaging. I'm not trying to get rid of. I'm not suppressing any longer. All that done. Yeah. And I mean, of course, we also have these other tools these days where we can, deal with trauma in different ways, where we can resource ourselves and other things like that. But essentially, that's what it is. It's just this, that has to happen. And we're talking about information that may have gone generations back. So, we hear, and that's part of this love affair.
Yeah.
It's usually we don't sign up for that. We sign up for, we want bliss and peace and, but actually everything has to come. And so it does. It's just.
Yeah. It touches, it moves me when you speak like this.
I'm pleased.
Because it's
Yeah,
been my passion, and it's
yeah.
yeah,
And the big thing of realizing it's not personal. It feels personal to that sense of I, for sure. From that perspective, from the sense of I, it feels so personal.
yeah,
All of it, everything seems personal. But then as awareness, we can just see it's just,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for your presence and help. And
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
thank
great.
you all. Yeah.
Isaac.
Can you
Isaac.
just, can someone just wave a hand or something so I can see what it is? I hear a voice, but I don't see who is speaking.
Liz.
Liz, there, I see you
at
now.
you.
Oh, fantastic. Now I see you. Oh, why is it not allowing me to pin your video?
I just make you big.
Okay, cool. I see you now. Hey, Liz.
Hi.
Hey.
There.
Yeah.
I say there's so much resistance in the body.
Yeah.
I can hide, I come online and see you, and I can't stay more than half an hour. I just get so like I have to move, and it feels like there's no surrender. That's how it feels in the body.
Yeah. Liz, can you hear me? Because your picture's freezing a little bit. Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Can you hear me?
I hear you perfect. Just your picture's it's jumpy a little bit. No worries. Okay, so surrender is an idea. Don't worry about it. Who would surrender anyway? Yeah.
Well, actually, in my mind, the body would surrender.
Yeah, well. Yeah, so don't worry about surrender. It's okay. So whatever resistance is happening in the body, it's just, you just notice it, yeah? Don't mess with it. Don't try and do anything with it. Just noticing. Otherwise, you start resisting the resistance.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that's that's not such a great idea. So just, if the body's resisting, let it resist. It's okay. And you can speak to your beautiful body and say, "Oh, sweet body, thanks for resisting. I know at some point that was useful. I understand." And then if you like, you can check and see that resisting that's happening in the body. Is it an adult organization? Is it a young organization?
It takes you to somehow say that sentence before I can feel it. It feels like
because
sorry.
It is useful to have another nervous system, Liz, because when our nervous system is resisting like that, it's usually existential in nature, so we lose access to our cortex. So it's good to have someone around who can just remind you of what you know, because we don't know it at that moment, because our reptilian brain is activated and everything's going through survival. So it's beautiful that you take care of yourself and move when you need to move. You can, whatever, dance a bit or go for a walk or do a bit of yoga, I don't know, whatever, or just bring it. And I'll remind you of what you know, if we're lucky. And then, so how is it now?
It's less intense, no.
Yeah, and that wasn't a big deal, eh?
No, it seems to be prepared to give it a go, if you like.
Yeah. So you're here and just gently noticing, Yeah. No special way to be. It's just, I mean, everything that needs to be seen is going to show up. How perfect. What a great design, yeah? So you don't have to do anything. You just kind of hang out and rest. Enjoy, just resting here. And then if something comes up you can just raise your hand, and with luck, I'll see it eventually. And then we can explore together. This awareness is here, it's all ever present. And then, whatever's coming up in awareness, so to speak. And our tendency is to be over-focused on what comes up in awareness and not so kind of remembering the awareness itself. So just finding that balance so that, there's that recognition, awareness is ever present, and then there's movements happening, contractions, and all the different life happenings.
When the tendency here is that when awareness is more in seen, there's a sense too that I'm moving away from what is ordinary life, like everyone else.
Yeah, what is ordinary life, man? There's so many versions. No, it's like, yeah, I understand. It's like, but yet this is so ordinary and simple in a certain way. But it's clearly most people have other interests. But what to do?
So now, there's crying happening, and it's like...
It's beautiful. It's beautiful tears. Yeah.
It's like part of this resistance is I can't access these things. You can do it for me. I don't seem to be able to do it.
It's okay. It is okay. It is like that. I mean, just in one way, we have the good fortune that we can get to spend time together, and your system can develop the neural pathways and everything it needs so that it can, take the baby steps it can to that it can stand on its own feet. But it's its own thing. There's nothing we can really do about it. So, I would say it's good fortune that we know each other and we can enjoy together and remind each other of our sense of humor and all that good stuff.
It's like I feel as if literally I've been doing this with you for lifetimes.
Yeah, it can be.
There's been other lifetimes you've been trying to grow me up.
But and in my view, I don't know how you sense it, but over the years, I see that something is mellowing and getting softer and more mature. And it just takes as long as it takes. I mean, in some sense, awareness is ever present. But dealing with the old information, I mean, that takes as long as it takes. There's nothing you can do about that. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah. And truly surrender that, seeing that there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, if you want to call anything surrender, it's just seeing that there's no one to do anything about any of it. But surrendering is not a doing, it's just more like a seeing, yeah? Yeah. Just how does it feel in your heart at this moment, Liz?
Oh, it's a lot more open. Just our sprinkler system seems to be having a meltdown outside. I don't know if you can hear it. Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a lot more open.
Yeah, beautiful. And how
I'm looking around for a sense of shame. It isn't present at the moment, but might.
Yeah. And it's okay just to enjoy for a few moments. You can always go back to troubling yourself a bit later. But the truth of it, I'm making a joke of it, but it's even that troubling ourselves is not something we do. It's just all automatic movements that happen. And if they don't get seen, then it troubles us. And if they do get seen, it comes to peace. So, and I love that we have this interest together and we can explore again and again and again. What else are we going to do with our lives?
It's so much like the waking dream.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the whole thing is a waking dream, because, it's like everything that comes through the senses gets interpreted through our conditioning. So we have a perception then, but it's filtered, it's completely filtered, and it's a waking dream. That somehow we believe is reality, but man, it's usually it's kind of a tragic comedy nightmare.
Yes.
Something like that.
Sometimes I lucid dream. And one time I asked one of my dream characters, do you know you're a dream character? Yeah. And they said, no. And that's how it feels very much.
Except in moments, right now it's clear.
Yeah.
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 And then in this moment, all is well.
Yeah.
And the beauty is if you tasted it all is well, then you've known it, you've tasted it in your own experience. And then, yeah.
Thank you, Isaac.
Oh, thank you, Liz. And please feel free to raise your hand anytime, It's like, yeah, it's beautiful. We can check, let's just go back to gallery and just ask the question. I'm going to ask you, go to that gallery view so you can also see. Did anyone get any value out of that exploration? If you did, could you just give some kind of a thing? So there you go, Liz. Yeah.
Dreaming together.
Dreaming, and you can see, like, whatever anyone comes up with, most people can relate to. It's not personal. It seems so personal from that move, the sense of I, but you look, we're all in the same boat. And yeah. Now it's relatively quiet, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, how beautiful.
Thanks, Isaac.
Oh, so much love. Yeah.
Hi, Isaac.
Hello.
I don't know who the host is. Can you stop the video? Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Esther.
I can, it's resonating with me what you speak with the people before you listened. So I can feel there's something playing here, and I would love to sit with you because there are strong ideas how it has to be, and
Yeah. Yeah, and you see it, and you even you speak it so beautifully. There's ideas. You see it. It's just
really
it's just ideas. It's just ideas. So what do we need to do about an idea that isn't true? I mean, it's like, and always what drives ideas is where there's some resistance, some movement in the body to come away from a sensation. That's the basis of that thinking activity.
Yeah, and it's also the other way that it feels like the ideas are coming from that place.
Yeah.
The ideas give the whatever about the.
Leilani, let me just, I don't see
I'm too raw and vulnerable to put my camera on.
No problem. I'm still going to make you big screen. Your name is blazing across my screen.
Blazing lights.
Hey, Leilani.
Hi. A lot of sadness here around my body. Or this body. I've just been pumped with heavy drugs to keep me alive.
Okay.
It's a real trip, this body.
Yeah, I think most of them are. Yeah.
I keep thinking there's got to be a piece of the jigsaw puzzle out there that I've got to find, to fix it.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't feel good, your radar will be open to if anything that can help. But sometimes there is, and sometimes there isn't. And just to be at ease with, what can you do? You're available for it to reveal, and it either does or it doesn't. And so the more gentle and at ease you are with it, and just recognizing, of course, if there was something that could be done, you would do it. Maybe you would. Yeah. I see oftentimes people get sick, and actually if they just fasted or they did something, everything would be well, but usually people are not willing to. It's funny.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can do, sometimes something can be done, and sometimes we can't. Even fasting, it's like, yeah. Sometimes there's a willingness, and people would rather endure like all kinds of chemo and all kinds of stuff rather than simple things.
I've tried it all, Isaac.
I'm sure
Both
you
sides.
have,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have, I'm sure you have. And so you just hear, and you just
hear.
you just as gentle as you can with it. It's okay. These bodies have their, they have their trajectory.
Have their use by date.
They have the use by date, and so then the sense of humor comes back. You know, it's like, yeah. When we rest together like this, how's it for you?
Can just feel my body letting go and relaxing.
Yeah,
And
fantastic. That's the way I feel it in my body. So beautiful. I mean, you know, in a sense, that's just that relaxing that can happen. Then the energy can start flowing where it can flow, and we feel better. It's just, yeah. Or not.
yeah, it feels more alive when it's flowing.
Yeah.
There's such a beauty in when I do get very unwell, there's a vulnerability that appears.
Mm.
And there's so much beauty in that vulnerability.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling it now.
Yeah, exquisite. Would you be willing to be seen in that vulnerability?
Was that like that?
Would you be willing to be seen in that vulnerability?
Like with the camera on?
Yeah, if you
No,
if it no, okay,
not
still
possible. No, I
no
couldn't
problem.
reveal it. No,
Okay, not a
there's a
problem.
lot of shame around you know, the physical things that start to happen when I get like this.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm on high steroids, I bloat up and
Okay. Yeah.
the hair falls out, so I have to cut the hair right off, and you know, I just feel like a freak show.
Okay. I understand. It's great that you honor that, Leilani. But I'll bet the vulnerability shines through as more beautiful than all of that. So
It is. It is.
yeah, yeah.
Very tender.
Mm. Yeah. Gentle hugs and love to you, Leilani.
Thank you.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like a sponge soaking them up.
Beauty. Come on in. I'm in a Zoom session, Samadhi.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. You can, yeah.
Oh,
You can just.
I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I'll just quietly get these out.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Cheers. Oh, thanks a lot. Cheers.
I think Eva möchte sprechen.
Who is this?
Eva wants to speak.
Eva wants to speak. Yes. There's Eva. There you are. I see you now. Hello. Not much over to be found.
So funny because I heard that like it felt like that, yeah. I heard in your voice like this, like what can you find, and it, like it's just, yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
So much and nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. So beautiful. Wow. No boundaries and then boundaries and no boundaries and beauty just flowing backwards and forwards.
I'm so grateful that we, yeah, have the possibility to feel that or to explore. Yeah.
Such an amazing technology that we can feel each other and see each other like this, just bouncing signals off satellites in space, and we see each other. It almost feels like real time.
Yeah, and it feels so, because when I was sitting with you, it felt like even the dimension of Earth kind of like disappeared.
Yeah, yeah. I could feel.
So, and we are, yeah, we are meeting each other real time in a way.
Yeah, it's,
Wow.
and all that's left is just love, loving love. Yeah.
How is everybody there? Are you good, Micah?
Oh man, everybody's so good. Yeah, yeah,
You, yeah, it's spring now.
yeah, yeah. It's just the days are already like summer, and then the evenings can be a bit chilly. So, but yeah,
I
beautiful.
love
Swimming, yeah, swimming, and flowers of yeah. Yeah. Caitlin has been here for since the beginning of this lockdown, 8 months or something. Yeah. I think it's the longest we've all been in one place for. Yeah.
love to everybody.
Oh, oh well. Yeah. And I'm sure they send love back. Yeah. Yeah.
So looking forward to the retreat also.
Yeah. Yeah. Another treat coming up. Yeah, while I'm thinking about it, if you have signed up for the retreat, please, unless you've made a special arrangement about payment, please make a payment now. So if you're not showing up, I can give the space to someone else. There's only 5 places left in the first week. So if you're not going to show up, it would be great if you let me know.
Isaac, can I ask a question?
Yeah, is that Esther?
Yeah. Is there also still place in the second week from the retreat?
Yeah, in the second week, there's quite a bit of space.
Oh, okay, good, cool. Thanks.
Isaac,
Yeah. Who's that?
Viresha.
Teresha, I see you.
I'm still waiting for my new bank card, but I
No,
wrote
no
you.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just let me know, then there's not a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Because the main thing for me at this moment is just to know, people signed up a few months ago already, and sometimes plans change, and
Okay. Yeah.
then I don't like to refuse somebody because, so. Actually, there's only 4 spaces. I made a mistake. There's only 4 spaces left in the first week. So.
But I'm in.
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and if there's any, if you need to wait for payment, that's not a problem. Just that I know it. Yeah.
You look so beautiful with the flower. Aloha. It's freezing here in Finland now. Winter comes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Thank you, Varisha.
Thank you, Isaac. Wow.
Isaac, can I speak, Brigitte?
With pleasure. Hey, Brigitte.
Hi. Good to be here again.
Yeah.
I feel a bit of anxiety to talk. I mean, notice.
Take it slow. Just, don't have to push anything. Just,
No.
Yeah. A lot of times, whatever's going on will reveal itself just in keeping quiet. So.
Are you suggesting?
No, I'm just stating what I've seen. You're welcome to speak. That's just,
I'm thinking about, or I'm feeling what you're saying is that if the head is not in between, then what will show up is, as I experience it, is more of the, or is the unity, the love, and
yeah.
beingness.
Yeah.
But what I'm exploring right now, because I'm doing an intimacy training this weekend with my non-dual teacher group about hiding and revealing. The non-dual pair or the duality. No. And it seems so I can't even reveal how much I've been hiding. There's
Yeah, but let's just take a moment for that. And when we talk about hiding, there's nobody that's doing that. There would just be like some kind of a shyness or some kind of a,
but
to
then
be
I'm
naked.
No, I know. There's this.
Yeah.
It's not even you have the positive sides of hiding, that you're just in stillness and waiting and growing, but you also have the negative, say the nega sides, not the negative, but the side of hiding there where you don't dare to come out, or but I
So let's just slow that down if you would like.
Yeah.
Okay. So just for fun, let's play a game. Try and hide now from me. Like kids play the game hide and seek. Okay, so now you try and hide. I'll see if I can find you.
It worked for a moment.
It's just like,
Yeah. The other option I had was to leave Zoom.
yeah, still, it's like, it's this thing. Oops, my flower. That's what I was feeling. Okay. Oftentimes when we talk about hiding, we hiding a feeling or an attraction or a thought or something like that. It's like something comes up and somehow we don't speak it or say it. But it's
But I've experienced, say, hiding as a survival mechanism.
Yeah, I understand. But what are we hiding actually? It's like an ostrich sticking its head in the ground and thinking nothing can see it. But I see you, I feel you. Even
I know. It's
even
saying is that they're just concepts, so they're just
they're feelings. Yeah, they're kind of like a feeling. Yeah,
not
of not being completely honest or not being completely naked. Yeah, but yet it's like not being authentic or something. But it's like, but all of that can be seen. If anyone's looking, it's like it can be seen.
So what about hiding your qualities in contributing to society? Or not revealing yourself in the beauty that you are?
Yeah. So, again, I would say, for me, I would ask who does that? And it would be more of a function of, if we don't, somehow if the system doesn't feel safe, then of course it's going to do that because it's how it survives. If you look at our history, I mean, any woman that was juicy or that saw clearly was considered a witch and burnt. So of course, in those circumstances, you play very small and wouldn't show yourself. But it's always this, the story of mankind. Womankind has been one invasion after another, and like getting everyone scared. So you kind of go along with the story, and if you wouldn't show yourself unless you had a chance of winning. Otherwise, you'd play very small.
Well, that's of course the same in present circumstances.
Yeah.
How much do you want to reveal and contribute to all the protests and
Sure.
I feel something else which came up is that it doesn't matter how it manifests, you always contribute.
Yeah. And this is the thing, is like we might, there's so many ways of contributing. So, for some people it might be going to a protest, for another it might be sitting deeply at peace and just, being space for.
Yeah.
There's no right way or wrong way. It's like, going to protests is exciting, but I don't know if it.
But I even feel it. It's not even related to the protests, and it's being here.
Yeah.
Being the fact that I'm here.
Yeah. So let's play another game. Let's play another game. Try not to be here. And tell me the moment you're not here. Give me some sign that you're not here.
What is it here?
That's what can we have? There's some presence that's here. I mean, how do we speak what that is? It's like, I don't know how to say what that is.
I feel enormous spaciousness. It's like my head is.
Yeah.
I don't know what the word for this is. Brain expansions, endless.
I know it's only my camera that something froze for a second there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's on my end. It just said my internet connection is unstable. Anyway.
Yeah, mine is too sometimes. I lose connection.
Okay.
I feel such gratefulness. Not gratefulness is here.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brigitte.
Hi, Isaac. Can I sit with you?
Yeah, with pleasure. Just wave your hands so I can, at the moment, I'm waiting for all the pictures to come back. Okay, there, I see you, Sylvie. Hi.
Hi. What are you feeling?
Changes so quickly. In a way, it's beyond feeling. It's just like direct seeing, you know, something like that. Feelings, you know, appear on the screen, but they're not the main interest.
I had a little bit the same question as Birgitta, so it really shifted also in my system, because in the process of taking a lawyer, I feel that I have to show myself more and more, and it's also trying to hide, or there's some fear around it, so that shifted. Yeah. I'm also having images of a past life now. Yeah.
You know, we never know with that stuff whether it's an interpretation or not. You know, it's just like we get it, information comes in. It's hard to know whose life it was, or you know, like this. So just information. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel really shocked. So it really is opening up now. So that's really beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, beauty. You know, when we reference from a point of view of being an individual or something, then it seems like my past life. But when we recognize that there's only one of us, it's just in the information field, and it's hard to know whose life it was. It's just information. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a way of referencing in a way. So. Cool. So, what are you taking a lawyer for?
For the masks for the children at
Oh,
school.
okay.
Yeah.
then if my suggestion is to find somebody that really understands what you're talking, because if it's a conventional lawyer, they might not really understand what you're speaking about, so see who you can find that really.
Yeah, I've talked to 2 lawyers now, and
Okay, yeah.
one is really interested, and he's also against the
Yeah.
mask. So he's
Okay, cool.
yeah, at this
Great.
moment he's thinking about whether he's gonna do it or not. But he's also saying if I'm gonna do it, it will be really a huge case. So yeah, I hope really he will do it. Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Isaac.
Oh. Beauty.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Georgia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see myself.
You see me now?
I see myself. Oh yeah, now I see you.
Okay.
The
Okay.
flower is still there. Okay, I'm gonna sit straight. Yeah. I just had this little how you call it? She talk about past life, Sylvie. But on that moment, I see the Muiderkerk and all these children. You remember that we had this child's care and all these parents. And I see all the faces. And I saw, oh, these people. Well, we all got older. That's all what I saw. So
Okay.
this too will pass. Oh, yeah, I don't want to bring up a problem, but yesterday I have seen a movie. It was not a movie, it was a statement from an American scientist, and he talked about, and that was in 2019, before COVID started. He already had this visionary thoughts about the plan. And it is so scaring to watch this. It was all about vaccinations and the plan with Bill Gates. And
yeah, there's a lot of information out there
yeah, but
about
it
what's
came through, and I thought, oh, I have to think twice what is happening. But I am on a lot of schools where there are no masks at all, and there are vibes of an easiness also with the teachers and the children. I don't see really stress, but I see a lot of stress in the parents. A lack of trust. I mean, it's in the whole world that people are on survival, or that the trust is shaky. Even sometimes my own trust in going somewhere. Yeah. Actually, I put my hand because I would say I joined the first week, but I still have to pay. I have to check which account and this and that. But is there also a replay? But because sometimes at 9 o'clock I have to go work, and can you look back in the evening then? Is there a replay?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it'll be. I can talk with the people that are hosting and see if it's possible to put up the link each day. I'll find out and let you know. Yeah.
On your Facebook, or maybe a closed.
I don't think we can do that. No, I don't think we can do it like that because we don't make it public.
No, but a closed Facebook group. Isaac retreat, and there you put the link
Yes, we
to
can,
participants.
yeah, it can
Because
be. So we
sometimes,
yeah,
yeah,
we can look and see about if it's possible.
and you
I'm
let.
not sure how much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Anyway, I sent a mail with this question. Then I want to have it clear that there is moments, because if 4 days, yeah, maybe 4 times after the second, from 11 till 1, is the second, and then I miss that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm beyond resistance to joy, at least. That's already. But now this comes up that maybe I cannot see everything. It's good there is a replay then.
Okay.
Now I want to sit a moment quiet to prepare for the whole week. Yeah. Look forward to that. Exciting. Do you believe the vaccination holocaust it will happen? Is there a reason to worry this?
I don't know if we need to worry, but I think that many people are in this point finding ways that they can gracefully say no, because there's a lot of momentum to try and make that happen and to really change life as we know it. But this is something that is every indigenous tribe has had this, you could say, prediction or story.
Yeah.
The Aboriginals have it, the American Indians have it, the Hopis have it. It's like the grandmothers, they all talk about this. Babaji spoke about it. It's like, my sense is it's an important time.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
that
a
are tribes,
transformation.
it's awareness. That are the
And it's
tribes, it's awareness. The government, it's not the
and it's a
awareness.
transformation. It's a transformational time. So, my sense is it's just getting quiet. We, as our generation, we've been, we've been very fortunate. No major world wars, no major starvations, nothing. So this is our time to walk through some interesting times, and let's do it gracefully and intelligently and consciously.
Yeah, to the 5th dimension. Anyway, this guy talks about this is a holocaust of vaccinations to destroy the milliards, like the concentration camps in the Second World War. He compared with that. And it is millions of more people who will die of the vaccinations. There are substance in it, and the mass, the mud, the crowd, go and stay up in line to get a vaccination. And before I hear this man talking about this, that was a visionary in 2019, before all the lockdowns happened. But 2 weeks ago, I have written to my own doctor about that I got a letter for an influenza vaccination, and that I didn't want to take it to support a pharmacy because I'm a healthy person. I take, vitamins and this and that for immunity, and maybe I have the age for a vaccination. I don't want it. And then she sent a message back. Yeah, it's your choice. I only advise you to just go and do it on that day in the letter. That was an advice, but it was my choice. Then I sent a message, anyway, I choose not to do it. I trust my body.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but I could in between the lines feel that the doctor maybe agreed even. She only advised it. And then later I see this man talking about the Holocaust of vaccinations. He said that doctors and lawyers and all these people on these levels who can have influence on being against it, they have to shut their mouths. They can be killed or punished or sent to Siberia, whatever. So there is a lot of fear even on levels where the wisdom is. And I also got a message about a doctor who is doing a lot of action, telling what immunity can be built by vitamins, etc.
I want to stop you because this information is on the net. This information is on the net. Anyone who is interested can find it. But I don't really want to use these sessions for that. Yeah.
Oh, it's not about the information. It's about that it brings up nervosity in my system, that I have to take a position on one hand, and I do that. But on the other hand, friends, tribes where I'm in, people start to patronize the good and the bad and sending information I already have. And of course, I have an opinion there. But there is so much convincing each other that we are on the wrong track and we have to make petitions. But then I think, okay, I just go and sit quiet and meditate, and I follow my intuition that I don't gonna stay in this crowd in a line for a vaccination or whatever stupid thing. But I'm a little bit in a shock about the comparing with an Holocaust, with, you know, that in that time they also believe Hitler.
Yeah.
Many crowds. And
there's many parallels. For those of you that have an interest, one of the better sites at the moment is called the High Wire. And this guy really is putting out very clear, good information in my view. And so, but it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people don't want to know. Yeah.
But what are you doing with all this information to live the moment to moment, not getting scared or, you know?
You know, to me, it's not a question of getting scared. It's just like preparing yourself. Like, you know, for example, when you recognize that your car is getting old and it needs new brakes or it needs new tires, then you take care. So we can see there's a direction happening, and we can, if you just look at it, you can see, okay, well, how does this, what can, in my circumstance, what makes sense to me? What can I do from here? And so everybody has to find their way. You know, there's no right way or wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting times. It's very interesting time. It's like just, you know, there's been times when you watch like the whole world moving towards World War, crazy times. And you think, okay, what do I do? Do I stay in the city? Do I move to the country? Each person has to find what's right for them.
If there is a choice,
you know,
make a choice.
Yeah, if there is a choice, if it's possible, yeah. Sometimes we cannot.
Yeah. Maybe I can send you the movie. Because
I've watched so many of those movies, I tell you. I'm so informed on that.
Yeah, but it feels like one big lie now to me.
It is one big lie.
Yeah.
It is one big lie. There's a huge lie going on.
Yeah.
And it's good because a lot of people are starting to wake up to it. So,
yeah, that's the positive side.
Yeah, that's the positive side. And of course, it's, we're moving. There's so many levels to this conversation because, we can see that as a species, we cannot continue the way we've been going. It's not possible. Something has to change. But the direction that it's trying to change in is not, in my view, not actually holistic and really functioning from the heart. It's functioning from fear base. And so we just need to really get quiet in ourselves and see how we can hold space for the people that are getting very afraid and invite them to move in a way that's intelligent for them within their circumstance. It's just
Yeah, transformation.
Yeah.
But when people are in fear and
then how do we hold their hands? How do we hold their hands and invite them in a sweet way, not pumping them up and making them more afraid, but inviting them gently to, okay, calm down, it's okay.
breathe in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's enough.
Okay.
To be authentic.
Yeah.
Isaac?
Yes.
Oh,
Can I sit with you a few minutes?
With pleasure. Give me a moment.
Was I think no. No, yeah.
Mute yourself and I'll go to, I just have to go to, oh, sorry, Enid's taking me a second and I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As we rest, Jaina, what do you notice?
There comes more relaxation in the head, and a lot of tension is in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very cold.
Yeah.
And tension in this area too.
Yeah. And there's a space, and there's a space for all of that, huh?
Yeah, it feels like
yeah.
awareness is noticing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, so it's getting that all those areas are getting new information, is my feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very easy for me to rest with you here, you know. My sense is also your system is starting to make the distinction between awareness and the personal perspective. So it's, yeah, which is fantastic. Yeah, fantastic, you know. And it might be my interpretation, but it feels like your nervous system is getting the information that all is well, all is okay, where it didn't have the information. So that's, again, that's my interpretation, but it feels very much like it in my body.
And it feels like a lot of old information is streaming through, but just to get out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And sometimes it's kind of weird.
It's okay. This kind of weird I can live with. Yeah. It's huge what's happening. It's really big. So.
So thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Take it just rest for a little bit afterwards and just let
Yeah.
this integrate. It's a lot.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can I ask you one short question, Isaac, please?
With pleasure.
When we just had our interaction, and then you said this was enough, or this, you make it noticeable that is the end of our, say, conversation. I was wondering, what is the moment you feel that? What do you feel to say that?
It's a good question. It's like in my experience, when I'm interested in something and I'm learning, there comes a moment when I just recognize that the system is full and it needs time to process.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't quite know how I know that, but there's just a recognition of that. And we can push past it. But it's not that's not so friendly of the nervous system. It's not like really honoring how the nervous system functions. And so over the years, getting more and more sensitive just to recognize, okay, this is enough for right now. Not to push past it. Because a lot of times it's such, like, wow, I'm so grateful for what's happening and just wanting to keep going more and more. But then oftentimes in my experience, it's like you pull a rubber band and it bounces back, it's like it expands too far. It just needs time to integrate that. So.
Because what I noticed is when it was, say, parallel to a very egoistic or ego-oriented thought that came up. So I was wondering if you felt something, that the field changes, and then that's why I'm checking.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I can say other than just like, how do we know anything? I don't really know how we know it. It's just something that just comes on the screen, and I've somehow learned to trust it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your answer. It really helps.
Yeah, thank you. Big love.
Isaac. Of whom which nervous system? Of you? Of me? What? Which nervous system?
My feeling is it's all one nervous system, actually.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where it's just
Yeah.
one, that's because
So
we
you,
feel, yeah.
you don't make a distinction. No. Yeah.
Not really,
Just
no.
came up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
It's in
question.
tune. It's like it's in tune with itself, I don't know.
Can I say something like, oh, I feel so grateful for this morning that I feel peace in my heart and trust, quietness, space for holding space, and that there is nothing to do than just accepting how it is, and that it is even beyond that.
Yeah, exactly. We can try and put words on it, but it's in the
Yeah.
end, it doesn't make sense. It's beyond the words, yeah.
And that it gives so much energy awakening that the action comes by itself. Even it is no action, it's a non-doing. So you talk about we go to another state of transformation, but you cannot put your finger like, oh, it's happening. But there is, with all the information on the internet and what the situation is, I feel like on a cloud.
Yeah, it's again, it's I understand, it's like it's with everything, it's like a balance. In my view, it is really useful, but this is just my view. Everyone might have a different one. For me, it's useful to have information and to get as clear information as you can. Like, for example, what's in the vaccines? Are they safe? How can you legally refuse if you don't want it? What are your rights? All that kind of stuff. It's useful to know that stuff. Then you feel empowered to act.
Yeah.
But, the difficulty is that most people get all the information from mainstream media. And to me, mainstream media has been completely, it's controlled. It's a few companies own the mainstream media, and they're blasting out stuff that's making people afraid and not acting in their own best interest anymore. So some people are aware of it, others are not, and you can't. To argue about it is about as crazy as anything I've ever tried. But
share the key.
So, yeah, so everyone's going to find their own way in it. Very interesting times. Very, very, very interesting times.
Anyway, I just
Thank
want
you.
to say thank you for the heart connection.
Yeah.
For the years.
Yeah. So thank you all, beloveds, for showing up. Thank you. Petra, you were the host tonight, or who was? Yeah, thank you for being the host again. And beloveds.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Mm-hmm.